Hey, what's up, everybody? Thank you for joining me today. So I've got a two-part lesson to start it off today, okay? So here's the first part, and it's about your investment and your needs. I have never mentioned this before in all my 92 episodes. I've never mentioned the importance of this, okay? It's why you're investing. The reason you're investing. If your friend told you, great. If you decided because the market was so beat up, great. If you're investing for your future, excellent, okay? If you're investing to pay for your rent, your car, your ex-wife, your kids, or other needs, you're already taking a stressful situation and you're making it more stressful. So please, everybody that's investing in the market, only use the money that you could potentially lose, all right? We're not in the market to lose money. Understand that shit. I'm not here to point you into losing directions, but I don't want you to overextend yourself. We've all had credit card bills at one point or another. There's no reason for any additional stress. So that's lesson number one. Understand your limitations on the market. Lesson number two. This is a pretty simplified lesson too. It's called investing versus gambling, okay? If you're investing, that means you have a strategy. That means you have a certain allotment of money. Say you have an account of 10,000. You're like, I'm going to put 500 into this trade. If it goes bad, I'm going to put another 500 into this trade. You have strategy. Okay, let me explain what gambling is. Gambling's like, oh shit, the market looks like it's going to recover. Yo, I'm going to buy like $2,000 worth of calls. Oh shit, it turned against me. Now what the F do I do? Oh shit, I might as well just sell and take $1,000 loss. Great. You have $10,000 in your account. You trade like that and you lose $1,000 every other day. We won't even see that you're that terrible, that because you have 10,000 in your account. We won't say that you're a complete idiot, all right, that you know what you're doing. Point is, if you lose a G, you do it 2 days later, within 4 weeks, 1 month, you're going to be dead broke, okay? So that's not investing, all right? Investing is taking your time, having a strategy, understanding the market direction. If you think your stock's going to go up, but the market's going to take a shit on itself, guess what? Your stock's going to follow. If you're looking for a stock to take a shit on itself and go down, but the market's at all-time highs and it's so strong, then you're barking up the wrong tree. So understand investing versus risk, okay? When I buy options and they expire, and we'll get into the situation right quick because I'm going to explain what I'm invested in right now and what I'm carrying over till tomorrow. But when I make a mention that I'm investing in Uvxy calls and mostly SPY puts, okay? Now, I'm not doing terribly on the SPY puts. It did spike. I was looking like shit. Now, it rescinded at the end of the day. I'm looking a little better, and we're going into tomorrow, and I'll explain my position on the SPY tomorrow. But understand, if I am incorrect and the SPY goes up tomorrow and the market goes up tomorrow, let's just say it goes up from morning till like 2 p.m. or something to that extent, okay? What am I going to do? If I risk and double and triple down on my position, which I've already talked about possibly doing, all right, that could put myself in jeopardy to lose. It was going to be 20,000. Now I lowered that. So I'll explain my positions, okay? We'll talk about the market real quick. I think the market's going to go down 2 out of the last 3 days. So Wednesday was up. So that takes care of the green day. So I'm left with 2 red days. I think red on Friday because it's quad witching day. And I've looked at the history and I know the last 4 times this has happened, right? Going back a whole year, every time it goes down pretty substantially. So that leaves us till tomorrow. And to me, the market was just too frothy today. It went up too quick. It was like everybody was trying to get ahead of the other person. Oh shit, that's going up. Oh, let me buy that. Oh, let me buy that. Now here's the thing. Even though, and here was my video from this morning. The video from this morning was 2 out of the next 3 days down. So if today's green, I'm going to wait for the highest point today, and then I'm going to start buying put options. So when was the highest point today? I thought it was going to be around 2 o'clock because I thought the market would go down around 220 as it has been for the last 2 trading days. But the highest point was close to the end of the day. It was probably like 330, 345. I don't know. But thanks to Alvaro, I'm going to start talking about my positions, but not only my positions. I'm going to talk about why I entered into them, why I exited out of them, because I could be long something and then all of a sudden I could change my mind and be like, okay, I'm selling that shit. And then people come on, they're like, yo, I watched you on YouTube. You said you love that shit, and now you sold it. First off, understand I am most responsible to my platform. Number 2, I am most responsible to myself. If I see something's going down, I don't care if I have 1 share, hypothetically, okay? I have 1 share, something at $200. If I think it's going down to $195, I'm going to save that $5. And you all should be saving that money too. If you're not saving that money, you're like, yeah, my shit might go down a little, another 20%. And if you actually think it's going down 20%, then you get out and you get back in. If you can't do that, then you're not following the rules. You're not using a cash account. So number 1, cash account. All right, I'm going to talk about a couple positions because I was actively trading today. Not all my shit was good. Not all my shit was bad. Again, I was more cautious because I'm looking for the market to get ugly for the last 2 days of this week. All right, so first stock, which is down 3% after hours, SONN. I'm in at just under 64 cents. It closed 1 penny down, so I'm probably down like $100. It's not the end of the world. I'm holding on to SONN until it hits 79 cents, and it might take 3 days, a week, 3 weeks. I don't give a shit. Watch this. I'm in at 63.9 cents. I'm out at 79 cents. Guess what that is? 25% profit. So if that shit takes 1 week, 2 weeks, 1 month even, I'll wait a month for 25%. I'll make $2,500. I only put 10 grand into it, but I'll wait 2 months for $2,500. What the F do I care? Do you understand? Have a strategy. My strategy is limited downside. So what? Let's say it goes down to 50 cents. I might buy more of this shit, okay? Point is, I like it. All right, next. This was a great alert. So now people say, dude, how about your alerts? I haven't made 100% in a while. This morning, it didn't come from me. I mean, the alert came from me, but I noticed that somebody had taken a major short position in BLI. I don't remember the name of the firm, Scorpion. Scorpion took a major position short in BLI. Now, it was down 10% when I told everybody. It was at like $29.15, and I'm like, short position, I'm hopping on. Wasn't crazy volume. I only bought 15 contracts, but I made over 100%. So the point about BLI is I said it was going to go down to $25. It was $29. I said it's going to 25. When it hits 25, I'll sell. Now, the point is it went under 25. It went to 24 and change, but right now it's 26.60. So if I had still held on, I would have gave back another $1.60 to my options. It would have took probably 30% of my money away. That is why we set a target. For me, it was $25 on the way down. Once it broke 25, somebody got interested in my options, my $30 strike options. So I had a plan that it was going to 25. It did. I executed. I made 100%. All right. So next, Canadian Solar. I mentioned this one the other day. Canadian Solar dipped hard this morning. Again, if the market was bearish, I would have made money. If Canadian Solar turned around, I wanted to make money. I wanted to be long a couple of stocks today just because I thought the market might finish at the highest point at the end of the day, and I'll enter into my put contracts there. Again, it's all about planning. So Canadian Solar, I didn't get in at the bottom. It was 37. It was 37. Not 37. It was 36.60. Now it's 37.60. So it's up $1. I did exit out at the end of the day because I'm looking for the markets to get ugly, and I don't want to be in too busy. All right, Piedmont Lithium. I mentioned yesterday lithium stocks and uranium stocks. All right, but let's skip stocks real quick. I was going to get to the Uvxy because I entered into a major position there. Not major. My major position, sorry, it's split. It's through SPY puts and Uvxy calls. All right, SPY puts, Uvxy calls. So let's talk about that real quick. Again, I'm looking for the market to get ugly. Of course, the Uvxy went down to what? 21.55, 21.47, finished at 21.70. My entry point was just under $22. So yes, I'm off 20 cents on my options. I didn't look at the percentage. I'm not going to look at the percentage. Why? Because it doesn't matter. I know that there was inflow on the Uvxy for 4 straight days. I know the market isn't at all-time highs, and everybody's not like, yeah, market's strong. Yeah, we're fucking bullish about this. It's going up tomorrow. No, it's bullshit. It's what they call, and it's a psychological term for you, false sense of confidence, okay? It's when you think you're overly good at something, and people on my platform get it, and these are the same people that are in division number 2, meaning they have 4 good trades, 1 bad trade, and they're back to the start. 4 good trades, 1. You have a false sense of confidence. You're like, I'm the strongest dude in the world. I'm kicking ass. I'm taking names. The point about the UVXY, though, let's look at the 1-month chart on that, okay? Yeah, today it consolidated, it sold off, but I'm going to tell you, looking back 8 or 9 days, and the volume wasn't crazy today. If the volume was like 60 million, I'd be like, okay, markets are strong. But I'm going to stick to it, man. I would be a flipper flopper if I changed my mind. So no, my gut is saying last 2 out of 3 days are going to be red. So today was green, tomorrow is red, Friday is red. I'm not here Friday, but if tomorrow's ugly like I think it is, I would like everybody to join me. I'd like everybody to hit that subscribe button right there and give me a thumbs up and tell me how you're crushing it. All right, so I'm going to talk about the SPY. So again, the SPY is the same thing. I did get worried on the SPY. I entered into my contracts, and again, I'm in my first position. I can double and triple down. I'm in for 4,600. I said I would go 20,000 deep, but I will not. I'll go 4,600, and then I'll go another 9,200. So I'll go for 13,800. It's a big difference. And I went down from 20,000 because if Friday's my expiration and I average down tomorrow, say, here's my plan for tomorrow. The market spikes in the morning. Say it spikes at 9:45. I'm doubling, potentially tripling down my position. If I save one position on the sides to triple down, that's because I think the market's going up even higher, and it will be at the high point at like 10:30, 10:40. All right. And that'll be my last saving grace. So that'll be my third position, thinking the market's going to sell off. Okay. So I have a bunch of chances to be correct. That's the whole thing. You have to give yourself opportunity. One of my lessons that I was going to get into a little further today was if I jump in with 2 feet, say I was like, yeah, I'm going to put 20,000 into this position, and I go 20,000 deep, and right now I'm down $3,000. I don't have any money to average down. I'm probably going to scare sell if the shit goes up tomorrow morning and I was 20,000 in and I'm down 3 plus another like 8 or 9 to start the morning. I'm like, shit, I better save 8,000 to get the hell out. Meanwhile, I'll probably be right about it and would have made like 3 or 4 or 5 or 6,000. So that's the difference. I'm going to talk about 2 or 3 more stocks that I had positions in today. So Canadian Solar, I made, what was it, about 28%. PLL, which is Piedmont Lithium. I mentioned uranium and lithium companies are just crushing it. So assuming the market does not throw up on itself, lose 5%, if you're looking at lithium companies, uranium companies, all those energies, alternative energies, they're all pretty damn strong right now. All right. Global Star, it's up 6% today. Wasn't killing it. It's at $1.86. Yesterday, I mentioned I sold my position at $2.18 and I bought back in at $1.75. So it's at $1.86. I made $3,300 today. I have 30,000 shares. Now, understand, on the way down, I lost 12,000. And then when I sold at $218 and bought back at $175, I saved myself $13,200 by not riding that fucking elevator down. So the point was, when I bought back at $175, it could have been $173, but it was $175. I believe it's going up from $175. So right now it's $185, right? No, $186, $3,300. I lost 12,000. I made 3,300 back. I'm down 8,700 on the trade. All right. I keep a memory. It's a running log. So GSAT owes me close to $9,000, and I'm going to get my fucking money from that company because it's going up at least $1. It's going to 286, and I'm going to make 30,000 minus the 8,700 that I'm losing. So it'll be what, like 21,300. That's what I'm going to make on that trade. All right. Next, Sorrentino Therapeutic. It spiked this morning up to 804. I was a PUSSY, and I sold for 20 cents a contract. These are the same contracts I bought for $25. Why did I sell? Because I thought the market might throw up on itself. And if it did, it would go down to like 14 cents, 10 cents, 12 cents. I'm assuming, where's the stock? I'm assuming it's probably like 15 or 16 cents now. So it's not terrible. I didn't crush it. I only lost 20%. I would have lost 40%. You make a decision. You analyze your position. All right. I have 2 more that I'm going to talk about, or actually 3 more. Carnival. Now, Carnival is a pattern. I can't hear it. Carnival's a pattern stock. So here it is. Carnival. If you look at the 1-month chart for Carnival, you'll see it rotates. Inflow, outflow, inflow, outflow. So I mentioned this 3 days ago, and I said 3 days ago, the next day would be outflow. And what was it? It went down 3%, no, 3.5%, and then came back a little. And then the next day was inflow. So it went up. And then yesterday it went down. And I said, what was today going to be? It was going to be inflow. So one of the lifetime members had a lesson yesterday. I told him, you're going to bid 80 cents on these contracts. I'm going to look because it went up. So he had the $22 contracts. They started yesterday at $1.20. I mean, they closed yesterday at $1.20. I said you bid 80 cents for them, and they are now worth $1.22. So if you bought in for 80 cents, they're $1.22. He's up 50%. So that was a good lifetime lesson. I gave a lesson on Square as well. Two other stocks I wanted to talk about, and then I want to get some questions from you guys. So I'm looking for Carnival to sell off tomorrow. That's the whole thing. Inflow, outflow, inflow, outflow. So I purchased a bunch of puts. And when I say a bunch of puts, I purchased close to 60. I jumped in with 2 feet. I broke the rules. Why? Because the pattern's been going strong for 18 straight days. For 18 straight days, it's been rotating. That's like flipping a coin saying heads, tails, heads, tails. 18 straight days. Well, shit, I'm going to stick to the pattern. I know patterns. I mean, that doesn't control what Carnival does tomorrow, but the pattern is telling me outflow. So I'm following the pattern. And you know what? If I make money on Carnival tomorrow, I might flip it the next day. So I was looking for the high point today to buy the puts. And that happened at the end of the day. I got in at 23.08 and then it spiked to 23.16. So the highest today was probably right towards the close. All right. Next position that was kind of funny. Last one. Citigroup, I was in at $70.40. I made an announcement. A lot of puts bought. It went up to $70.50. I executed my puts. It went down to $70 flat, and then it basically went up $1 more. So I was riding the elevator. Now it's exactly where I bought it. I'm sure I'm losing some IV there. My puts expire 10/15. Why did I buy puts? Banks make money by the 10-year going up. When interest rates are higher, banks are lending money. They make a bigger spread, like the spread between a bid and an ask. They're making a bigger spread. When the interest rates are down 1.29, 1.28, banks are making less money, and it's reflected in their stock price. All right, so that was my good summary. Let's get to some questions. One second. Maybe one day I'll drink the whole bottle. That'll be a good trick. Anyway, okay, let's see. We got a firm here. So you have to understand, a firm's been moving pretty strong. It reached a high before it brought back. So it was about 124, I think. There was inflow today. Now, understand this, okay? Two things about a firm. The volume was so light, and volume in the market today was so light. So here's a thought process. If I'm a bank, an institution, and I'm selling for a week straight, and then there are 2 up days, I say to myself, I'm just going to sit on the sidelines today. I'm going to let retail traders and everybody else push the market up. And when Thursday comes around, I'm going to sell my firm. And instead of selling it for $102, I'm going to get $112. I'm going to make $10 more a share. Do you guys understand psychology of trading? If someone's trying to sell their stock, they want the best, most maximum, largest price they can get. So a firm was up $1.69 today. It's up around 110. It was as high as 112. So, I mean, I'm looking at the chart. It's really at the hesitation point, which means if the market takes a shit on itself, our firm will go down to 105 tomorrow. And if the market's good tomorrow, our firm will probably hit 113 or 114. And the same was true when I gave the information about Wynn Casinos in Las Vegas Sands, and they were down 7%. I said they could drop 12%, and they could follow up the next day by dropping 6, 7, 8%. This morning, Las Vegas Sands and Wynn Casino opened up down like, I think, 8 or 9%. So you're making like 80 or 90% on your options, your put options, if you watch YouTube. If not, you're just not. All right, let's look at Peloton. A firm, I don't know. I just told you the both ends of the spectrum based on the market. Again, I am actually hoping the market throws up because we know my positions. So the next one is Peloton. I don't even know what happened to Peloton today, but I know that somebody major has been buying Peloton. 3 straight selling days. You're back to 105. Again, you're basing it on the market. If the market takes a shit on itself the next 2 days, Peloton will be $99 by the time the market closes on Friday, okay? I'm giving you both scenarios because we know how I feel. So rather than curbing everybody to feel like I am that the market's going to take a shit on itself, you could be opposite. A lot of people say to me, did you see the SPY today? It was so damn bullish. But let's remember, I'm a contrarian. All right, so Peloton, bad news is it goes down. It's $99 on Friday. It goes up. It could potentially go back to 112. With that said, volume has been really light the last 3 days that it's been going down 3 days straight. So if you're a Peloton fan or you're bullish, You could be like, volume's so light, I don't care. Man, it should have been down like $10. It was just too light a volume. As soon as there's a good spike, the company will go back to 112, 114, 116. That's a possibility. Again, if you're bullish on the market, Peloton 116. Bearish on the market, Peloton 99. All right, I'll check out Delta, and then we'll move on to the next person. All right, Delta Airlines. Okay, there's been inflow there. So again, if you want to look at Delta, it's going to look the same as Carnival. So please listen to me talk about Carnival. Now you go back Delta, you can go back about 15 days. It was outflow, inflow, outflow, inflow. Literally the same shit, outflow, inflow, 16 days, straight trading days. So what does that tell you about tomorrow? Same as Carnival. If I had to pick a position on Delta tomorrow, I say it's going down a full dollar. That it'll go down 3%. It will go down to $38.76. All right, next thoughts on RKLB. Let's check it out. RKL. Oh, do you know what my daughters gave me today to wear on? There you go. The money sign. There you go, baby. What's this thing? TMI, Team Money. I forget what he's called. All right, Rocket Labs. Is this like I know what Rocket Labs are, I think. No, I would stay away from Rocket Labs if they are what I think. First of all, I'm looking at the chart. Outflow's been 4 straight days. Volume is so light. The one time they had major volume, they probably did 20 million. It shot up to $20. I believe Rocket Labs are almost like a workspace for entrepreneurs to create products and things like that. Now, remember, I am an entrepreneur. I'm a serial entrepreneur. I visited these. I visited, what was that guy? Work something. The guy that had the corporate offices. You remember what those are called, Carlos? Workspace, work something. Then the guy was going public. Then SoftBank had billions of dollars there. The point was, I visited him. We got asked or pitched to invest, me and another partner of mine, and we were like, this is the stupidest effing idea I've ever heard. And his situation went up. I mean, I don't even think they own the property in most cases. All right, let's get another question up there, Carlos. Yeah, Rocket Labs. I mean, WeWork. That was what it was called. WeWork, right. But the point is, how many hundreds of millions of dollars, not to mention now we have COVID. What's happening to WeWork? I haven't heard they were going to take it public. I don't know. Did they? I hope they didn't, man, because no one paid for that shit. Hey, what's up, Romeo? Romeo, lifetime member. I thanked him today. I might as well do it publicly. And all 201 person that, no, I'm just kidding. So everybody knows how important Romeo is. He's a lifetime member, but he reaches out and he gives support, meaning he talks about his positions before he enters into them. He's been killing it. He's the dude that had $500 or $2,700 down to $500, down to $84, now north of $20,000 from $84. And seeing how my platform's only been around since April, I'm pretty sure this happened to him in May. So we go, all right, let's include May, June, July, August, because we can't include September, maybe half. So 4.5 months had under $100 to over $20,000. Tell me that's not rock star status. Let's get another question up there, Carlos, please. Oh, where do I see the SPY tomorrow? Again, all right, let's look at the SPY real quick because I don't want to be one-sided. I'm hoping the market takes a shit on itself. But as Alex would say, hope doesn't accomplish very much at all. So let's look at the freaking chart. Let's look at the 5-day chart real quick. Yeah, I mean, it's got an upward trend. The market's definitely turned around, but we already know that. The SPY has had inflow 2 straight days. So everybody and their mother is like, oh, yeah, the SPY is recovering. The SPY is recovering. Let's get in tomorrow morning. And then what do the institutions do? And this is the psychology of trading that I was talking about. If I'm an institution and I was going to use pizza. Let's use pizza. I have 8 slices of pizza to sell and I want to get max value, right? Here's how I sell them. A week ago, when the market was at a high, I sell 2 slices. The next day, I sell a slice. Then I sell a slice. Okay, I only have 4 slices left. I wait for the market to go up this week. When the market goes up yesterday, I sell 1 more slice. The market went even higher today. What did I do? I sold 2 more slices. Guess what? I've got another pizza in the oven, and I'm going to sell more freaking slices tomorrow. That's what I'm saying. The market's going down. That's just one man's opinion. Market's going down. Let's go on to another question, please. Hey, where do I see Apple tomorrow? Well, I mean, okay, so I was paying a lot of attention to Apple today because in the morning when Apple was, 147, 10, there was a battle going on between the bears and the bulls. And I believe Apple probably finished closer to 148, maybe 147, 149. Holy shit. Maybe it was 148 that they were battling. Let's see where they were battling this morning. No, Apple finished the day really strong. However, there was selling right before the market closed. So if you're an Apple fan, you don't say, oh shit, there was selling right before the close, because the selling before the close were the cautious people that rode the stock up from 147 to 149 and took profit. Now understand, $2 is not a hell of a lot of profit when you're dealing with stock. But when you work for a bank, a hedge fund, an institution, big money, a financial office or something like that, and you're in at 147 and you're out at 149, you do not carry the position overnight. You want to avert risk. All right, you're managing, these guys manage 1 billion, 9 billion, 12 billion under assets. I'm sure some of them manage 100 billion, but I'm talking about the smaller houses. So I'm a smaller house. I need to make return, okay? I need to make, for everybody to be happy, I'm looking to make 12% on the entire money under assets. Let's get rid of the questionnaire colors because I'm going to speak for a minute or two. I'm going to explain to everybody what these offices do. So when you hear about a family office, it's not a hedge fund. It's not a hedge fund. It's not an institution. It's not a bank. It's one individual like myself with other portfolio or project managers under him. Then they manage money under assets, which could be like $1 billion, and they make like 0.01 something percent. They probably make like 10, 20, 30. No, they probably make like 70 million, I guess. I mean, there's enough to go around. Here's the point. They're managing $1 billion. Let's just use that number. They're looking to make about 12% on the year. That would put them up there. If you're returning 12, 13% year after year, you're going to get all the big money. Oh, you're managing $1 billion. Here is 500 million. Manage that for me. So here's what they need to make. They need to make 12%, 13, 14% all year. So if they're in Apple and they take a huge position this morning, oh, let's buy 200,000 shares. Okay. And Apple goes up 1.5%, or let's say $2.10, and they have, 100,000 shares. Let's say 200,000 shares. They secure the money. That's $400,000 of profit. They're not going to ride that shit overnight. They don't have the aptitude to do so. All right. They can't put up the risk to do so. Let's say something happens overnight and there's a war, something breaks out somewhere, and Apple opens up at 144 tomorrow and they have $200,000 worth of value. They're going to lose $1 million. Now understand, for the entire year, they're only looking to make 140 million. So if they make 1 million in one day, all right, let's do it. We're done for the day. Good job. They're all going up for drinks. All right, another question, please, Carlos. My point about Apple is, I'm looking at the 1 month chart. It's very, very flat at the end. It could go either way if I'm correct about the market. Now I'm looking at the Apple chart, and 3 out of the last 4 days, today was green, but 3 days before that, there was major outflow. So do you guys think that people are selling major outflow on Apple because it's just going to turn right around and then they're going to buy that shit back? No, they're selling because they say to themselves, I don't want to be an Apple right now. It's too expensive at 148, at 149. I think I would like to be an Apple at 135. I've heard people say 138. So yeah, I don't know if Apple's going down tomorrow, but Apple, I already mentioned it when I predicted when Apple was 155, it would cross 150. I'm going to go on the limb right here. And let's knock it out. I'm saying Apple's going down to at least 142 within the next 2 weeks, possibly lower. If I really want to put myself on the edge, I would say under 140 for Apple. Thoughts on Microsoft? Yeah, I did that shit, some puts today. All right, let's look at Microsoft. Microsoft was the one large, big company that some of my buddies were actually buying today because they're doing a share buyback of like, what, $50 billion. They announced a dividend. They were buying at $299. It was 301 this morning, 302. It's up to 304. I mean, Microsoft looks strong, but nothing goes straight up, especially not a company like Microsoft. If it goes up 1.68% and the market's just flat tomorrow, expect Microsoft to drop a little, okay? It looks a little too frothy. So that's a good point out. You did that shit with puts on Microsoft because you notice a pattern. I like that. Another question, hit the like button. Pay this shit forward. Oh my God, Roblox is all over the place this morning. I alerted lifetime members pre-market because I talk to them pre-market when I'm up because I'm up at 4 a.m. So Roblox had a major short. They were selling it in pre-market. I mean, major shares, 83, 82, 81, 80. I'm like, hey, do you guys see this? $80.50. I think it finished at $82 because the market was so strong. But I'll tell you, I don't think I would want to be in Roblox unless you know the market's going to be gangbusters. Because Roblox had inflow today, yet it finished off a little bit And I'm telling you, there was a major short position there. So yeah, Roblox calls. I wouldn't want to be in there. Now understand this. You could have made a killing if you were in there to know you could, because it opened up low. Roblox opened up at 78. It finished at 82. I don't want to be in Roblox, just to tell you, okay? It opened at 78 because someone was pushing it down. It was like $80 $83 pre-market. I wouldn't want to be there. It doesn't mean you won't be right, okay? I'm saying if someone gifted me this option and said, hey, Matt, do you like it? I would say, yes, I'll keep it. But if I had to pay for it, I would not be buying that option right now. So I hope you get a spike tomorrow morning. I hope the market spikes for everybody. I hope you get a 10 a.m. spike tomorrow, and then it just takes a shit on itself because at 10 a.m. I'll be doubling up my positions and saying take a shit. So that's what I'm thinking. But again, I'm only one person. I'm a contrarian. A lot of other people think the market is bullish. I don't want to talk anybody out of positions because that's not what I'm here to do. Again, I am here to educate. I am here to make you a more efficient trader. I'm here to share strategies with you so that you understand how to come up with strategies on your own. I'm here to show you charts or patterns so that you can see the charts or patterns. I'm here to talk about my entry point, my exit points, and my strategies behind that. And my platform, not only is it a platform, but it's a community to bring everybody together, make them better. All right, what would be a good entry for Microsoft long play non-options? Okay, yeah, $298 about a day and a half ago, Tammy. I wouldn't be chasing at 304. I'd be looking for it to pull back. Now, if tomorrow's strong in the market, it could go to 308. If tomorrow's weak in the market, you might see 301 again. So, yeah, I mean, you have to set your own entry point. It's whatever your goal is. If you say I'm going to hold on to Microsoft for 4 years and I'm not selling till $500, then does it really matter if you get in at 302 or 303? Because you're looking to make $200. You're looking to make 66% or 65% over the course of 1, 2, or 3 years. If that's the case, and that's the case for anybody's stock, if you're in a stock, I mean, I always like to nibble a little. But if you're looking at a stock 3 years from now and you're like, yeah, I mean, Blink is $29. It's going to be $100 3 years from now. If you truly believe a stock is going to triple 3 years from now, then it should not matter whether you pay $29.10 or $28.90. That 20-cent difference, which is less than 1%, shouldn't really matter if you're correct. The stock's going to triple or double 200, 300%. Now, if you're playing the percent game, like we're going in and we're trying to make 30% on a trade, then yeah, that damn well 1% matters because there's a difference between me making 29 and 30%, 30 and 31. All right, I see one more question here. Alejandro's asking about Square. Hey, Matt, how high I think the Uvxy will go on the remaining week? Geez, I wish I could answer you, Ellie. I can answer you two part. Number one part, the market is strong tomorrow. The Uvxy will go down 5% or a full dollar. Down the wrong way. It will be weak, as you say. I want the Uvxy to be crazy. But if it goes the wrong way, it'll go down 5%. If it goes the correct way, I'm going to say it can move as high as 12% in a day, which would be a little over $2. So what's it at, like $22 flat? I'm thinking it could go up to $23.60 something. That seems to be where it's peaking. I keep waiting for it to break out of $24 on the way up, but it's not doing that. All right, I will see everybody later because Carlos flashed that. I guess we're ending. Thanks, Carlos. Love your transparency, my friends. By the way, everybody, thanks for watching.